Hey, Jungle all the way, and let me show you what I did at my garden over the weekend. So the day started with me keeping snacks for the pollinators. It is just to keep my strawberries safe, and just so you know, they have been safe so far. Then I realized I have a lot of seeds to sow, but my cocoa peat batch is almost finished, so I had to start a new batch. And although it is getting extremely hot, I was burning literally, but it helps. The cocoa peat was dry in a jiffy. Just as I was busy complaining about the scorching sunlight, the sun started playing hide and seek with me, which came as quite a relief because was quick to harvest my beetroot from the secondary planter. They are all mature now and so pretty to look at. I always check out my harvest like as if they are a treasure. Actually, they are for me. I didn't harvest all of them, just two, three, because that's what I would need. And then it was time for tomatoes. The plants have started wilting under this scorching sun. There are a lot of capsicums and tomatoes still very small in size, and they're still to mature. But I believe just because I grow them, that doesn't mean I have to consume everything. I leave them, and the pollinators would feast on them. That I'm sure of. I always thank the nature gods when I harvest. Because unlike big cities, these small towns have free flowing pollinators, be it monkeys, squirrels, a variety of birds, and they are the first ones to know when a fruit or vegetable ripens. They always have a first choice at it. So you not know, I will not know, but they are the first ones. And if they leave it for me, I feel lucky to be able to harvest it. Just as I was done with the harvest, found the Cinderia seeds were fully mature and ready to be harvested. So harvested all the seeds and bagged them for the next year. Then I went to the shady corner, quite literally, and this is the place where I've kept all my strawberry plants just to keep them safe from the squirrels. And every single few days, they produce a single lone edible sweet, but one for the size of a regular strawberry, and I'm happy they are safe. And then I found maybe Morning Glory from past year, the ones I had saved from last year, maybe just because I'm not sure if they are pink or purple. So it was time to sow them. Just so you know, March is the most appropriate time to sow your morning glory. They bring a lot of pollinators to your garden. They produce pretty flowers and they can bear morning sun. So it is best you sow your morning glory seeds as soon as possible. So I sowed the seeds a few inches apart, pressed them gently, and just sprinkled light water on it. I'm like, they can bear harsh sun conditions as well, so it is not a big deal. You can keep them under the full sun as well. Then came the task I've been procrastinating over a month, maybe few months. So this bougainvillea has gotten root bound, and I finally changed the planter. I actually had a good night's sleep after it. Just as I was about to be done with the garden shenanigans, this pretty visitor showed up. It was as if it's asking me to take a break, which I did. The last task was to harvest the flax seeds. The flax flowers have all fallen off, and the seeds are already mature, ready to be harvested, which I did. So, bye bye, come back for another vlog.